Chill. You already know, it's your boy Joe back at it again. CodingPhase.com. Your boy is backing out and did it again one more time. Welcome back, my guys. Hopefully you guys are doing great. Hopefully you guys are doing amazing. So yeah, man, we're gonna get into it pretty quick, man. And this live stream is gonna be pretty short. It's going to be maybe 25 minutes long. But we want to go over some of the job opportunities that are out here. And we're going to look at the description. We're going to look at the skills that they're asking for. And yeah, man, this is what we're doing right now, right? If you're looking to get into the industry as soon as possible, you need to start looking outside of the box, right? Everyone is going to tell you you got to start as a front-end engineer, software engineer, a full-stack developer. But the truth is, guys, that a lot of those positions right now are very competitive. Now, what do? Do you stay at home until you learn all of the skills that you need to basically become like a full stack developer? Or do you say, you know what, I'm still gonna go in and learn those skills, but let me get a job now. Let me try to get into the game as soon as possible so I could build experience, you know, because a lot of people, they go in and start learning a whole bunch of skills online and they still hit that big ass wall, which is, do you have experience? And do you have a solid portfolio? Do you have projects that are relevant to the position, right? It's not just about coding, guys. There's so many other things and factors that come into getting into the industry. So you got to actually go in and look at different ways to get in. One thing that we've been focusing on here on CodingPhase.com, we are basically finding opportunities that other people are not paying attention, right? So for example, you go in and apply to a React developer position, you probably applying with you and another 1,000 to maybe 2,000 people applying for the same position. These positions that we're gonna go over right now, you're actually dealing with maybe 50 to 100 people actually applying to this type of position. So again, it's a numbers game, right? So let's just get into it. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Let me just make sure we turn on the the soundboard. Get that in there. All right, cool. Get the people lit. Wake your ass up, right? So yeah, man, shout out to everybody that's in here, that's live with me. I apologize. Yesterday I was supposed to drop a video, but the video had no audio, so I'm gonna try to record it again today. It is what it is, but yeah, man, let me go in. Let me just set up this live stream properly, set up the window so we could go over this job positions that are open right now. Okay, so yeah, let me go in and share this with you guys. So we're gonna go and get started with this. Go to scene 2. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So right now, MLB is actually hiring for web and email producer. Okay. For those of you guys that don't know, Major League Baseball. Okay. So let's look at what it says here. As a digital producer, you will be coordinating with the club and MLB staff to ensure the timely production and execution of the club's digital initiatives, right? So basically what you're doing here is you're managing the content of the MLB, right? It could be working on their website. If you look at their website, go to MLB.com, right? This is what you're going to be working on. Okay, this is the website. As you guys can see, these videos don't get put here automatically. Somebody has to put it here. Okay, this news articles that get added, somebody has to go in and add them. Okay, so this is what we call in CodingPhase.com a content editor. Right, some of you guys might know this, some of you guys might not know this, but there's a lot of opportunities in these two career paths: content editor, HTML email developer. This is a reason why we're focusing on this. And I tell people to get started with these two career paths if you want to get results ASAP. Okay, if you want to go in and become a front-end developer and back-end developer, full-stack developer, React developer, whatever you want to become, right? You can go in and go on that route, right? But if you're the type of person like me and you want to see results as soon as possible, I mean, we've had people that literally came in 3 weeks in and literally went over the content editor career path, learned all of the things that's in here, and literally started applying to jobs within 3 weeks. Okay, so again, if you're the type of person like me, I'm the type of person I want to see results. I want to get it back as soon as possible. Shout out to Betty Baggins. Okay. I'm trying to be like Betty Baggins right now, okay? I'm that type of dude. I don't want to waste no time. And I like to pretty much hack the system, right? Most companies are going to ask for you to have experience. But guess what? If you could get into one of these two positions in like 2 months, right, at a maximum, right, and you work there for 6 months to 9 months or even a year, guess what? Your journey to becoming a front-end developer is much easier, because not only are you already in the industry, you already have a stamp into your resume that actually tells you, hey, this person has worked with some major companies, some major brands, right? And now I'm jumping into the world of front-end development or back-end development. Like, now you actually have experience, and it's much easier for you to do that. And then not only that every single day when you come back home, or when you stop working from, being remote as let's say as a content editor or email developer, you can continue to learn, right? You can continue to learn. Like, this things is not going to go away. Front-end developer, back-end developer, full stack, React developer, like, those things are not going to go away. The only thing that you're doing is you're saying, hey, let me get in the industry, let me go get paid, and then I'll continue learning these things in the nighttime. The same way how you probably been doing it. Some of you guys already work full time in other jobs, or maybe you have a bullshit job that you're like, man, I want to quit that job and make some real money. Some of these positions are paying really freaking good. This website here, right, is using AEM, right, if I'm not mistaken. So they're also using a lot of different things. Like, let's say, for example, they got Next.js. So the website itself is built with Next.js, but they're using a headless CMS to manage the website. So again, for those of you guys that want to get into the game, like, this is a great opportunity. You have Major League Baseball. That's a pretty nice stamp on your resume that you guys can go for. Okay, so again, let's continue in here. Producing digital content for club websites and apps via content management system. Okay, from there we continue. Let's see what else. Provide guidance and best practices for clubs, organization, digital content. Create and edit photos, images, and promotional graphics, right? This is why, when people ask me, Joe, why do you teach Photoshop? Why do you teach Sketch? This is the reason why, okay? This is exactly what the companies are looking for. If you have those skills, guess what? You're going to get the position. If you show up and you be like, well, all I know how to do is code. I'm just a code monkey. That's all I do. All I do is code. Guess what? You're not getting the position, my guy. Okay? Because the job consists of other things too. It's not just coding all day. Okay? So again, it's a great opportunity. As you can see, highly proficient with Photoshop, Microsoft Office, right? This is basic stuff, right? Again, understanding the basics. They're not asking you for much. HTML, CSS, that's it, okay? Working knowledge of email marketing software systems. This is what we teach at CodingPhase, guys, all right? By the way, if you want to get started with a Tech Accelerator program and you want to get results within 3 weeks or, 3 weeks or a month and a half, like literally, you want to get started with a Tech Accelerator. No cap. I don't have to cap. This is, you could go to codingphase.com. You could literally see people that, that's been through it. You know what I mean? Like, this is no cap, okay? Like, literally, you could go in and do your Googles. You could go in, ask people here in the community. This is what we've been doing for the last 5 years, okay? We've been killing it, focusing on getting people into the industry. Once you're in, you could take whatever route you want. But it's very important for you to get in. That's the hardest part. People think that learning how to code is the hardest part. Nah, getting in is the hardest part. So again, we focus on opportunities that no one else is actually focusing on. Okay, so this is MLB, right? This is what they're hiring for. You also have, and let's see, the next one we have here, JP Morgan Chase Bank Also hiring for another web content producer, okay, which is in the same career path of content editor, right? Create, modify web content within our CMS, work alongside the web content team across the firm to implement digital practices, okay, conduct digital quality assurance, UX analysis as needed, right? It's just pretty much telling you, hey, make sure that everything is formatted properly, make sure that everything looks good, okay? So that's pretty much it. So if you go in and search Chase Bank, right, let's go check what Chase is using, okay? So shout out to the people that work at Chase, and shout out to the people that work at Citi. John Disler, one of our students, that's what he does, right? Shout out to him. You know, let me see if we have him in here. Yeah, shout out to John Disler, web content manager. He's working with the Citi Group. So again, shout out to him. So a lot of banks need these services, okay? Where literally what you're doing is managing the content. So if you can see over here, see there's news stories, there's news articles, right? None of these things is going to get put in there by itself. Somebody has to manage that content that shows up on the website, okay? Same thing over here. You see, this is the article, right? Let's check over here what they're using. They're using AEM, okay? If you know how to use WordPress, Shopify, Contentful, some of the CMS systems that we focus on CodingPhase.com, right? You can pretty much learn Adobe Experience Manager on the job. A lot of these companies will hire you even though you might not have experience with AEM. But the beauty of it is that once you learn AEM, once you get into a company like this one, like Chase, right? They're using AEM. They're looking for somebody that knows content management systems, right? And to manage their content. Once you get in and you learn AEM, you can go in and search even on Indeed. Like that skill is very valuable, okay? It costs a lot of money to get that license. So you're not gonna really see like tutorials out here like that for AEM, and especially for free. Like you're not gonna find that. So the best way for you to learn that skill is actually getting a job. Now, if you search again AEM, okay, let me see. See if we put this up. Make sure we put it in on the title, so you can see like this. This position is really good. $40 to $55 an hour, right? Once you start getting into that role, $60 to $70 an hour, right? Again, $60,000, $70,000, right? Let me see. Honeywell's hiring for this. Again, there's a lot of companies that's hiring for AEM. Look, AEM, functional consultant. This is like once you start going up the ladder in learning about AEM, right? $90 to $130 an hour, like that's not bad. Okay, we could continue in there again, $50 an hour. So it's not bad. It's not a bad role. Now, I've seen situations where if you go down that rabbit hole of like learning about AEM and just becoming more proficient with it, you can make up to $180,000. Now, this is why I tell you guys from the beginning, it's not about trying to get those big positions initially. It's about progression, okay? This is how you get into the game. You go into one of these companies, you learn the systems. From there, you continue learning, more skills about being a developer. So, for example, maybe you're not a full stack developer, but guess what? Because you're working within this company and you're using the software, you understand how it works. Guess what? Now, on your own time, you continue learning more about full stack development. You go into the world of Java, you go into the world of AEM development. Now, because you've been using it, let's say you have a year with AEM as a content editor, right? You know the platform. You can now transition into an AEM developer where you're making over $120,000 and more. I mean, you go ahead. You don't have to believe me. You go ask my boy Dorian Develops, right? You could check his channel out. He talks about some of those things, but I mean, that's what he does, right? He actually is an AEM developer. And I could tell you right now, there's a lot of money in this thing, okay? So again, but it's a transition thing. If you're expecting in life to be like, well, I'm going to go from 0 to 100, Like, come on, be honest with yourself. This is where you got to ask yourself and say, hey, man, if I have a company and I can literally go hire anybody that I want, right? Why would I go hire someone that has never done this, that has zero experience, has never worked anywhere, and give them $200,000 in their pocket? Let me ask you that. I mean, does that make sense? Or am I crazy? Am I the crazy one that don't think that this makes sense? This is what most people try to go in and bullshit you with and tell you, hey, man, you could get this $100,000 job, $200,000 job, no experience, no nothing, no degree, no shoot. We could get you in there on your first job. Does that sound realistic to you guys? Like, like, let's just be honest. Put in the number one, put in the number two. Number one for yes, it sounds realistic. Number two, it doesn't sound realistic. You've never done this before, or a guy has never done this before. You're the guy that's going to hire that individual, right? You could hire anybody. You could hire people with experience that have done this before, but you rather go and hire someone that has never done this before and have no track record of them working with a certain technology. This seems realistic? Number one for yes, number two for no. It's not realistic, okay? Okay, Legend Mr. D says no. Eugene says no, it's not realistic, right? Quentin Jordan says no, it's not realistic. Ivan Hurt, shout out to Ivan Hurt, is not realistic. Definitely go check out Ivan Hurt's channel. Pretty legit, very solid. One of the subscribers that came from CodingPhase, he's been killing it even before CodingPhase, but came through the platform, got some gems, and now he's killing it on his own channel too. But what I like about his channel is that he's giving like real advice, like, because he's been there. You get what I'm saying? So go check him out. Dima, right? Let me see who else. Decoder says no, no, no. Hell to the no. Renell Tiga says hell to the no. Okay, cool. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes, we live in this la world. I don't know. People live in like La La Land or something, and they believe anything that somebody put in front of them. Okay. To me, I'm very realistic. I'm like, okay, bro, like this doesn't sound real because it's not. And when you start looking at it and you're like, okay, I'm trying to get this high paying positions, and it's like, you've never done this shit before. How are you expecting to get that type of role? Now, again, one thing that I saw the other day, there's a channel or like a TikTok channel, right, that I found randomly. And they were talking about salaries, right? They were talking about the salaries. And basically what this girl does is she goes into like random events and she starts asking people, hey, how much do you make? What's your career? Like, what do you do, right? How many years you been in it? And one thing that I noticed, which is crazy, right? The majority of people, they're making about anywhere from $40,000 to like $75,000. Now, what's very interesting is not that they're making that range, right? That's where the majority of people are making money at, right? For all type of different careers, right? But the most interesting part to me is almost every single person that's making $40, $50, $60, $70,000 or a little bit more, they have like 4 or 5 years of experience. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to tell you with that, right? These positions that we're looking at right now, okay, like web content producer, right? If you get into these positions, right, with the skills that we teach you at CodingPhase.com and what we focus on, right, literally you can do it with just a few months of training, and you are basically skipping the whole line. Because there's literally people that go to school for 4 years, right, go work at a company for 2-3 years, and then they start making $60,000, $70,000. The students that are coming through CodingPhase.com, they come in a few months, not years, they're already making the same amount of money that people are making when it takes them years, which is crazy. But the beauty of it, because this is the tech industry and you could continue to grow, that by the time you have 4 or 5 years in the game, you can easily be making over $100,000 or more. While other people in other careers, they're just basically scratching the little $60,000, $70,000 mark when you hit that already on your first year. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. Does that make sense? Number one, if that makes sense to some of you guys. Number two, if it doesn't make sense, let me know so we could go and put this in. Okay? I want to see, it's an interactive live stream. Okay? Number one, if it makes sense. Number two, if it doesn't make sense, what I just told you right now. People are going to school, spending 4 years of school, then going and spending time into an internship, then spending time into going to their first job, and they're just scratching $60,000, $70,000 a year after 4 or 5 years of experience. That to me sounds crazy, right? You get what I'm saying? That to me sounds crazy. Okay, bro, tripping says, "Yo, we done. Break it down." I'll break it down for you, bro. Tripping. I'll break it down for you. Okay, it's very simple. All right, people are going to school, people are going to work, right? And they're not starting at where most people are starting from. When you go and focus in some of these jobs that I'll be putting here. Okay. Guillermo Medel says, sounds like they don't ask for raises. It's not that they don't ask for raises. It's that this is the real world, my guy. Companies are not willing to go in and start giving you a $10,000 raise every year. That's not realistic. A company might give you a 3% raise. That's that's like the standard. Okay. So people that are coming from other careers, unless you start at the top or start at a really high number, it's very hard for you to go in and get, 6-figure income in most careers. In the tech field, the more skills that you have, the more money that you make. The more that you specialize into something, the more money that you make. Okay? That's just facts. Now, there's definitely a lot of people that are developers that they just get stuck. Some people, they're lazy. We can't talk for the lazy people. There's people that they go into a company, they enjoy the little desk they gave them, they are grateful that they gave them a MacBook Pro, and they stay right there. They don't have to continue learning. They don't have to continue doing anything. On the weekends, they go out, they chill. You get what I'm saying? And they get stuck on the little $60,000, $70,000. There's definitely a lot of developers that stay right there. Okay? But that's not what we do here at CodingPhase. This is why we go in and focus on telling you guys about progression. And we never stop learning. The moment you stop learning, that's the moment you stop earning more. I'm ambitious. I don't know about you guys. I'm not a guy that just stays there and be like, well, I made 50,000. Well, I'm happy here. Nah, when I touch 50, I said, let me make 70. When I touch 70, I said, let me make 85. When I touch 85, can I make 100? Got to 100. When I touch 100, I said, can we do another 50? Got to 150 and continue going up from there. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, we're above 500,000. I'm ambitious. I don't stop. I want to see what it feel like. I want to see what, 10 million in my hand feel like. I don't stop. If you're lazy and you're like one of those people, that is like, I'm just grateful to be alive. That's you. I'm grateful to be alive and give me power to be fucking, to God giving me power and just giving me the knowledge and the ambitions. You know what I mean? That's why I'm grateful. You know what I mean? Some people, they get to a certain point like, man, I'm just grateful I'm able to pay for my little roof. Nah. I want my roof to be 16 feet high. What that feel like? What that feel like to go outside and you got half a Olympic pool? What that feel like? What that feel like when you go out and you be like, damn, I damn near own a whole town. That's how my backyard looking like. That's where I want to get to. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people they're not going to move forward. Once they touch a little something, they're comfortable there. They go to a job and let's say, man, I like my coworkers. They're nice. I go into a job like, this is a stepping stone. Every job I've been to, I don't care how much they were paying me, how much they were offering me. That's a stepping stone. I'm there just to learn. I'm there to soak up all the information, learn more skills, right? And to continue moving on up. That's the type of person I am. Now, of course, if you're the type of person that just want to stay at a certain level, shit, stay right there. You know, we'll look down from up here. We'll once in a blue moon, we'll drop you a crumb, and you'll pick it up. Guys like me, guys like you, we're here to grow. We're not here to just stay at this level. You know what I'm saying? So again, this is why, you know, I'm focusing a lot of these things, because, you know, they have work for me. They have work for a lot of people that come in this community, right? Most of you guys that know, I literally started as a product editor, right? I came into the game as a product editor. And back then, they didn't even freaking appreciate what a product editor does. I got $13 an hour. Some of you guys, someone offers you $13 an hour, you're like, yeah, I'm not taking it, right? I mean, that was back in 2011. There wasn't really seeing the value that a product editor brings in. But for me, I looked at it, is an e-commerce company, right? Which is something that I wanted to get into. I was already selling products on eBay. So I was like, damn, I want to learn, how does a big company sell on eBay? How does a big company sell on Amazon and Overstock? You know, at the time they also had Sears. They also had a couple of, like, you know, Walmart, you know, a couple of places that they used to sell products to. And I'm like, damn, how do I get to learn about that? So $13 an hour was bullshit. But guess what? That gave me the foot in. I put that foot in, got into the game, learned what I needed to learn, okay? And I was out of there 2 months later. I'm ambitious. The first day I got into work, I was continuing applying as a front-end developer, right? Now, the beauty about this whole thing is that now you guys are not starting where I started. I started at $13 an hour back then. Now companies are seeing the value of having a product editor or a content editor, web producer, right? And it's not just, you know, small companies, it's big companies. You got companies like Urban Outfitter right now hiring for this position, right? Come over here. We look at this. Free people content web producer, right? Now, don't be confused by the free. Somebody will see, damn, they want me to work for free. Nah, stupid. Like, everything comes with a bag, okay? As you can see, core responsibilities: manage the coding, set up QA, daily email marketing, right? So this is for creating emails, right? You're also working with web content and CMS for auto blog styles and editorial pages and shipping promotion across from free people's websites, right? So again, go over here, search this. If you guys have never heard of this store, this is a store that's owned by Urban Outfitters. So Urban Outfitters is a conglomerate. They have a whole bunch of different stores, okay? It's not just one single store. So your job is to manage the content on this website. Add new products, right? New clothes came out, right? New tunics, right? For girls came out, right? They're selling this for $88. Guess what? You get to go in, post the product, add the photos, right? Add the sizes that are available, right? Put in the details, go into the blog sections, add the articles that are written by a copywriter. So you're not actually writing the content. Your job is literally to post it and format it so it could look good on the website. It's very interesting position. It's a very interesting position, okay? And very easy. We're not asking you to be a genius, and we're not asking you to be a dude that is a master in JavaScript, PHP, and this and that. You can get there, but you should get your first foot on the door and get in first. Once you're in, you can continue learning those things, right? And do it smart. Like this, let's say, for example, one of you guys come in, right? This is the journey. This is how it works, okay? You come to this video, You're watching this guy, a random dude with a hat on, with a Gundam in the back. Okay. You're finding this thing interesting. You click on the description, you click on the link, right? You come in here, you put in, hey, send me the free training. Let me see what Joe got. You click in here, put in your name, right? After you put in your name, it sends you your email, right? You also get access to a free training where you can literally see how this whole thing works, why this actual strategy actually works and it makes sense. From there, you come in, you say, let me see what this guy has. Let me book a session. I come in personally and we talk it out. We go in and we figure out what will be the best way for you to get into the industry. Okay? I give you 30 minutes of my time, right? That's how dedicated I am. And that's how much I believe in this, right? Not only are we getting results every single day, right? Every single day we get new people that is getting hired and getting into the industry, but I believe in this because I basically did the same thing that I'm telling you guys to do, right? And I've seen the results that I've been able to get for people in the last 5 years. I wouldn't go in and put my face on this unless I believed in it, okay? So again, that's the process. After that, you come in. If you believe that this makes sense to you, become a diamond member. You get access to all the courses to CodingPhase, every single career path that you have in here. Okay, you come in, get started with the content editor, right? Learn all of the skills here. After you finish the skills and get into skills, we start working on your portfolio. Get your portfolio up, get your projects up. I tell you exactly the projects that you should have. From there, go in and literally start applying. It takes about 3 weeks to get this done. That's it, 3 weeks. Now, of course, 3 weeks if you do 2 hours a day. If you go in and you do this thing once in a blue moon, you could be here God knows how long. You come in, you do 2 hours a day. In 3 weeks, we could get you to a point where you're applying to positions like this. Now, I can't guarantee you the job because I'm not the one hiring you. What I can guarantee you is we're going to get you to a point where your phone is going to be blowing up, where you're going to get interviews, where you're going to get people that is going to be interested in your work because your portfolio is legit, looks good, catches the person's attention, at the same time has, relevant projects to the position. One of the main reasons why people don't get even a call back is because their portfolios are not optimized to the position that they're applying to. So we teach you how to do all of that, and I go in and I guide you to make sure that you succeed within, those 3 to 4 weeks that you get into the game, right? Once you start going to the job interviews, you don't stop there. You continue learning about HTML emails, okay? Because guess what? You're not going to get the first job. If you get the first job that interviews you, shoot, you got the wasakaka. You got that sauce. You might as well go play the lottery too, because you're hot right now, okay? But while you're still going to the interviews, you're learning how to pass the interviews, how to be comfortable, how to be able to explain what you can do for a company. But we don't want you to stop there. We want you to come in and learn about HTML email development. So once you go through the HTML email development, you can learn about all of the skills, right? And it opens the door for you for not only the job positions as a content editor, but also too as a email developer, which opens the door for you for more than 5 to 10 different type of job positions that all need those type of skills. Okay. So again, from there it's just a numbers game. Okay. You go to your interviews. Out of 10 interviews, right, you're going to get one that's going to give you an offer, right? And it could be 5 out of 1, right? It could happen like that too. But, I always tell people, I like to give you the low range numbers. I don't go in and give you the exceptions. I give you the low range number. So your expectations are low. So when good things happen to you, you're like, damn, I wasn't expecting this shit to happen this fast, right? I don't like to bullshit you. So I'd rather go in and tell you, hey man, 10 out of, 1 out of 10 interviews that you get, one of them is going to give you a position. Okay. So then now that you're in that position and you're working, let's say, for example, JP Morgan Chase, Do you stop right there? Hell no. Okay. You're already a diamond member to CodingPhase.com. So this is where you continue to learn more. Okay. Every single day you go to work, you do your little 9 to 5. Now you're getting skills. Now you're getting experience. Now you're learning about AEM, right? But guess what? I want you to continue, right? You have access to the front end path and the back end path. You learn both of these. Now you're a full stack developer. Guess what? Maybe they're using React in the company. Shoot, specialize in React. If they're not doing React, maybe they're doing PHP. Guess what? Specialize in PHP. So once you're in, you don't stop right here. That's the worst thing that you can do. You'd be like, well, that's it. I'm an HTML email developer. Nah, you want to continue to grow and from there to continue to go up. Now, there's times that you might be at a company where they're throwing you the bag and they're telling you, hey, man, you working here. You're doing a great job. Shit, you're an HTML email developer. Now you're a content marketing specialist, you're a email marketing specialist, etc. And you going up the ladder. Shit, stay there. If they throwing you the bag and the job is easy, keep it simple, kid. Don't be stupid and leave your job that's easy and paying you a lot of money to go work at a different company to go work on more complex work. When in reality, it's like, yo, you're getting paid top dollar. If you're already making 6-figure with this job position at this company and they're treating you good, stay there for a while. So like that, when you come back home, you can start working on your side income. I know I'm throwing you guys a lot of shit in front of you right now, but that's how you do it, right? It's a process. Come in, go through the link. Let's speak. Let's have a conversation. Let's see if this program works for you, and if it's something that's gonna work out for you, right? We start from there and let's get you in. Again, like I said, you have a lot of